to cook up another instrumental. You ought to give me 2 thumbs up just for this intro. It's Bigg Vic TV. Hey, welcome to my world.
What is up, guys? It's your man Bigg Vic, and I'm back in here with a brand new video. And today, basically what I want to talk about is how much can a new producer potentially earn in a year just creating music production for artists. In this video, I'm not really going to be talking about leasing beats. I'm talking about doing production for artists that may have some type of situation with an independent / major label or directly with a major label. When I first got my very first placement as a brand new artist, that first placement I earned about $3,500 up front and as an advance from the record company. So if I take that number, 3,500, doing that 12 times in a year, that's roughly, not roughly, but that's about $42,000, right, for the year. So as a new producer, if you got one placement, one time every month at 3,500, it's about $42,000 in a year just by getting placements with artists, right? On a major label or indie major label. So that's about $42,000 as a brand new producer, right? Now, when you become a mid-level producer, on average, you can get $3,500 to $7,500 for a beat, right? So let's do some math on that. Let's just take $7,500 if you were getting $7,500 a track as a mid-level producer. So we're talking $7,500 times 12. Let's say this is your following year, and you did that one time a month for an artist. That's about $90,000 for that year, right? So let's say you got really good. You became what we call a famous producer, right? So on average, you can earn between $10,000 to $15,000. That's still on the low side per year. Per track that you did for an artist. So let's take the high end, 15,000. You did that one time a month for an artist. Multiply that times 12. You're talking about approximately $180,000 for that year. With that being said, you can earn a pretty decent living as a music producer, but you really have to stay focused and you really have to seek out placements. That's probably one of the hardest parts for music producers, is trying to figure out how can I get placements for my production. Now, think about those numbers for a second. How hard would you have to work leasing your beats? Now, I don't knock the leasing beats game. I don't knock it, because people get their money how they get their money. But how much harder would you have to work leasing beats at $25, $35, $100, whatever that number is? How much harder do you actually have to work to make that type of income as a new producer? That also kind of, to me, devalues your craft in a sense. When you look at the type of numbers you could make over here versus the type of numbers you can make over here. So I know most people say, okay, if I look over here in this category, it's my chances of getting my music out there, producing for all these independent or local artists that are not mainstream yet, is a lot higher. So I can make a few dollars over here. Like, nothing's wrong with that. Get your money how you get your money. But on the serious side of things, when you really want to make a substantial income as a music producer, you can target this genre over here, the smaller amount of money being made over here. You're putting out a lot of more beats over here in this category versus just creating top quality production over here for the advanced produce, or excuse me, for the bigger artists. And not all of them are bigger. Some of them are independent major artists, where you could still make a great amount of income over here in this category. So it's really, at the end of the day, it's gonna be up to you how you want to build your music business or your production business. It's gonna be completely up to you, but you can make a decent living as a music producer, and that's without paying $100,000 to go to any colleges. That's without going to taking out student loans. That's strictly off just learning your craft, becoming the best that you can be, creating your music production, and selling it to artists. So you can make a decent income. Even if that's on the side, even if you kept your regular job, your normal job, and still did that on the side as your second source of income, which most of us are doing as music producers. We have that second source. We're trying to create this as a second source of income, or we love doing it, but we still would love to get paid for doing it. So think about that, when you take into consideration the type of income that you want to earn. You can start your leasing beats business, but you should still want to make major production for bigger artists, to get your beats on the mainstream. Now, those numbers that I gave y'all, think about this. The numbers that I gave, that we threw out there just now, that's just upfront income. That has nothing to do with the back end publishing or residuals that you may earn for sales of the record that you produced. So that number could actually be, those numbers that I gave you could actually be much greater once you get, royalties and publishing monies for your music production. So it could be a nice payday for you, producing for bigger artists. And that's all of us as producers. That's all, at the end of the day, that should be most of our ultimate goal. Now, a couple of sites that you can check out for getting placements. And before I mention that, and I haven't mentioned, I said just producing for artists only. I haven't mentioned producing for commercials, producing for movie soundtracks, producing for games, anything like scoring music. We're just talking strictly artists right now. I haven't even mentioned any of those categories of generating revenue for your music business. A couple of sites that I would recommend is musicfeedpro.com and also gateway.com. I think it's The Gateway or gateway.com for finding, being able to submit your music for placements for up and coming artists or movie projects or things of that nature. So you could make a pretty decent income as a music producer, new producer, mid-level producer, or experienced music producer. And there are tons of producers out here right now. You understand what I'm saying? So, and the leasing game is just like super competitive. Just stay focused, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you thumbs it up. Hope you guys have an incredible week. It's your man, Bigg Vic. Always hustle, never stop growing, continue to build. See y'all in a minute. Peace.